Hey guys, welcome to the homestead. So today I'm going over to town and had kind of a disappointing morning this morning. I lost one of our lambs. I was going out there every few hours to check on my lambs, and I should have been going out there like I guess every hour. One of our lambs hit the ground and it froze. Didn't make it, and it was from a new mom, and it's always a little bit tougher for new moms. Because they don't know what the deal is, and so it seems like it's harder. The older ewes, kind of know the story, and they know what the deal is, and they seem to care for their lambs a little bit more. But the new moms don't, and so we lost a lamb this morning, which is kind of disappointing. I guess I'm just gonna have to go out there every hour and just check and make sure. Not gonna get any sleep for the next week or so until all the lambs are born. But it is what it is, and you just gotta do what you gotta do, right? Anyway, I'm heading over to town. I gotta go to the city today because there's a organic gardening center, and I want to get some. It's called mushroom compost. Mushroom compost. I used this, I think, when we first moved in. I put some on the garden in a few places that I was growing, a few certain beds, a couple of my raised beds. And so this stuff is really potent. And for the first year or two, it really grows well, and then it kind of slacks off. So if you're going to use it consistently, you need to keep adding it over and over again. So next year, our garden's going to rest. And so I want to have the most productive year I can possibly have with the garden this year. And so I'm going to go out and get some of this mushroom compost, get probably 2 yards of it loaded in the truck. And I'm also going to, the mushroom compost, by the way, there's a place over in Oklahoma, and they grow button mushrooms. And this mushroom compost is a mixture, I believe, of horse manure, straw, and chicken litter. And it's been aged. And they use it to grow mushrooms. And they used the place that gives it away used to give away for free. But then one day the owner came out and saw the line of cars as far as the eye could see, and said, "Why am I giving this stuff away? I should be charging for it." So I started charging for it. And now this place that I'm going to, they buy it and then they charge people for it. And so I'm gonna go and I'll get a couple yards of it in the truck. But it's really good stuff, really fertile, and anything you put it on your garden, it'll supercharge it. So I'm gonna get a couple. I'm gonna get a load of this, and then also I'm gonna get some paramagnetic rock. I've talked about this in videos in the past, and paramagnetic rock is, I believe, from volcanic areas. I don't know where they get it. Maybe they get it from Hawaii. I'm not sure. It's kind of expensive. You can get a bag of it, and I'm probably gonna get a bag of it today. I've never used it, but I've heard of its amazing ability to really energize your soil. Places, if you do any research, that places that have volcanic activity, they tend to be some of the most fertile growing regions in the world. And they attribute that partially to the volcanic ash and volcanic rock. It's supercharged with minerals and nutrients, and it's something that if you put it on your garden, it will really help increase the fertility of your garden, and the microbiology in your garden supercharge it for a decade or more. So I'm gonna get some of this and put it over some of the areas of my garden and just try it and see how that works. I figure it's always good to add amendments to your soil, different amendments, try different things, new things. There's lots of videos on YouTube where people talking about paramagnetic rock and its nutrients. A few years ago, I interviewed a master gardener. I forgot what his name. Calvin Bay, Dr. Calvin Bay. He's a master gardener. He teaches at the university, or used to teach at the university. I think he's retired now, but he used to teach about fertility of soil and things like that. I think he's even written a book or two, and just very knowledgeable. And he's a big advocate of paramagnetic rock. And so I'm going to get some of this stuff today. I'm going to put it on the garden and see what this does for the fertility of the garden. And my garden is really fertile as it is, because every year I'm adding new things to it, rock dust and manures and compost and wheat straw and just lots of things that help increase the fertility of the soil. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of that today. I'll go ahead and I'll show you some pictures, some video of it when I get there, and we'll bring it on home and we'll put it on the garden. So I'm over here at Nitron Industries, and I'm gonna pick up some of this compost that's in there, and mushroom compost. And they told me that my truck may not hold 2 yards. So they said it's pretty heavy. Volume-wise, no problem, but it's weight that you have to worry about. So I'm gonna see how much it squats the truck, and then if I can do maybe another yard or half yard, I'll try to get what I can. We'll do that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could definitely hold another yard in there for sure. But, I mean, if I spread it out, but man, it was heavy. I mean, I saw that. I mean, it sank down pretty good. So we'll just call it good. Boy, it smells something fantastic. You can see the old mycelium in there from the mushrooms. But boy, it smells absolutely horrid. But good stuff, man. This stuff will grow anything. All right, I'm gonna go in and get my paramagnetic rock. That was a little bit cheaper than what I thought it was gonna be, so I'm gonna get 2 bags, 2 25-pound bags of that, and then get back on the road. Okay, so here is the paramagnetic rock. If you can read upside down, Nitron's paramagnetic rock, derived from volcanic rock dust. And I've never used this before. I've used the azomite rock dust. I believe I get really good results from that, but they say that this is night and day difference. You're going to get some amazing results from this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 bags of it. It costs about $8, I think $8 a bag, which is a lot cheaper than I thought. I thought it was going to be around $15, $20 a bag. So good deal. I'll go ahead and if you got 50 pounds. Go ahead and get these home along with all of our mushroom compost and get it on the garden. Get growing. Okay, so we got the manure home, and now we're gonna go ahead and get this thing unloaded and put it on some of the grow beds. So here's some of the grow beds that we have. I've got this one here. I've grown, I switched up different years, grow different things in it. And then I kind of sometimes grow things inside here. And then this one here. So I'm gonna put a majority of this on these spots. I'll probably put some more on the sunchoke grow bed over there, and then I'm going to spread a little bit out around here, but also right about here is where I normally plant my cabbages. So I'm going to put a good amount where I plant cabbages because I want gigantic cabbages this year. And then for the rest of everything else, there's a spot over here where I a lot of times will grow our Ozark Mountain squash, and I'm going to put a good pile of it over there where I plant seeds, and I think that will really supercharge those. So it's going to take me a little while to open to get this all unloaded, but it's a sunny day today. It's about 35 degrees outside, so it is cold, but you take advantage of the sunshine when you get it during the winter time. So let's get this thing unloaded. So some of you guys might be wondering why I'm not using a wheelbarrow. That's because this ground's so soft and it's moist because we've had rains, but the ground is so soft, the garden is so soft that if I run a wheelbarrow over this thing, it just won't roll very well. So it's good exercise, unload it by hand. That's how you stay fit and strong. So that's what I'll keep doing. Now over here is normally where I plant my onions.
I planted those last year. They did fantastic. The first time I ever got onions, good onions. I put some rabbit manure down here about a month ago. Now I'm going to put some of the mushroom compost down here as well. And I'm going to probably put some more coffee grounds on this. I've already put some coffee grounds on it, but I'm going to plant onions here again and see how it works. I know maybe you shouldn't plant in the same place twice, but I like this, and because I've added a whole bunch of manure and mushroom compost and coffee grounds, I'm hoping it's going to keep the ground fertile. Plus I'll cover it all with straw again like I did last year. And see, that's the thing I did differently last year that I've never done before, is I covered the onion bed with straw. And so I'll try it this year again and see if I get the same results. But last year's results for onions were excellent. Who wants to volunteer to clean out my truck bed for me? Okay, so we got that done and ready to go for springtime now. I mean, guys, the time to be working on your gardens right now. It's winter time. Get out there and get your garden ready to grow. Put some manures down on it. Put some organic compost. You know, just find some different materials that you can put on the garden that's going to allow it to retain moisture during those hot days of summer. You can till if you want to. We tilled our garden the first year we were here just to break up the hard clay, to allow that moisture and oxygen to get into the soil. But after that, we just started layering, and we've had amazingly productive gardens since. So I don't think we've never had a bad year. So there's always things that fail, things that do better than others. You know, things you have, you know, good successes for certain things. But understand that you're always going to have failures no matter what you do. If you have a good soil, there's good microbiology in that soil, your successes are going to outweigh your failures every time, every year. So get out there right now. Now's the time to do it. Put some stuff in your garden and get ready to grow this summer. All right, guys. On that lamb, you know, people ask me about the lamb, you know, the sheep, and we have switched to a heritage breed that was given to us by Shalom Acres called the St. Croix, and we have done really well, I think, over the last 2 years with that breed. Far better than we did with the commercial breed. So understand that, you know, even though things happen and you do lose one, and you know, every now and then, we have done an amazing, just way better with the heritage breed sheep. I'm very happy we went through the St. Croix and got rid of the Shropshires. The commercial breeds are just not meant to live on a natural farm where you're going to not medicate them. You know, these commercial breeds, they're designed to be medicated month after month, and that's the only way you're going to keep them alive. It's just, these heritage breeds are so much hardier than the commercial breeds. Anyway, I'll keep you updated on the rest on the lambs. I'm sure we're going to get some more here probably in the next day or so, and hopefully we don't have any more failures. And you know, it is what it is. It's part of homesteading. All right, guys, see you next time on the homestead. Bye.